What's up, people? I hope you love 80s songs as much as I do, because that's what this video is all about. Every time I do another video in this series, I get reminded of a song from back then that makes me smile. I think I picked some more good songs that might just jog your memory. I love 80s gems that weren't as recognized as other 80s songs that were at the very top of the charts. Then some were high or kinda high in the charts, but just weren't talked about much from being overshadowed by the mega hits from that time, or they just fell out of rotation since being released. There are tons of songs from the 80s that are still in playlists and commercials and movies today, but most of the videos that are in this series don't have those songs in them. These are songs of the 80s that have seemingly been forgotten from the collective public's mind. So let's get started. Up first is a song that I heard for the first time in a long time while I was laying in bed the other night. Yes, I go to sleep with earphones in my ears sometimes. As soon as the intro started playing, I recognized it, and it kind of relaxed me into that feeling of familiarity. Not gonna lie though, the verse kind of takes me out of it for a bit until the chorus hits. 80s songs for me have such a nostalgic feeling to them, and I just can't describe it, but it's just so comforting to me, and it just makes you think about that time and the culture back then, and this song definitely has that sound for me. I guess it's just because you connect it to your life at the time and the movies and everything having to do with the pop culture at that time. This was one of the last songs that this artist wrote on his debut album called Human Racing. The album went to number 70 on the Billboard 200, and the song itself went to number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also fell off the charts by the end of the year. I hadn't thought about this song for a long time until now, and it's definitely going back in my playlist along with most of these songs. The song is Wouldn't It Be Good by Nick Kershaw from 1984.
I'm sick of fighting, even though I know I should. The cold is biting through each and every nerve and fiber. My broken spirit is frozen to the core. I don't wanna be here no more. Wouldn't it be good to be in your shoes, even if it was for just one day? Wouldn't it be good if we could wish ourselves away? Wouldn't it be good to be on your side? The grass is always greener over there. Wouldn't it be good if we could live without a care?
This next artist penned a few hits from the 80s that I love, including No One Is to Blame and Things Can Only Get Better, but this one was somewhere in the middle of the charts, coming in at number 49 on the weekly charts and dropping down to number 94 at year's end. I had recently watched him in an episode of Daryl's House with Daryl Hall, and this song is in the movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack, who was in a string of 80s movies dealing with coming-of-age teen stories that were rampant at that time. Yes, I also love 80s movies. This song kind of has a Caribbean feel to it with the steel drums, but it still has that 80s sounding bass to it. The song is Like to Get to Know You Well by Howard Jones from 1984.
Together we can kiss the way the feel. Together we can wipe away the tears. Together we can strip down the barriers and be one. Don't wanna talk about the weather. Don't wanna talk about the news. I just wanna get to the real you inside. Love to get to know you well. Love to get to know you well. Love to get to know you well. So we can have more, we can be one together. Love to get to know you well. Love to get to know you well. We can be love to get to know you well. So we can be more, we can be one together.
This next one came in at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, but dropped down to number 70 at year's end. So we've all heard of Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. They're probably the most well-known blind musicians, but there was another blind musician that enjoyed some notoriety for a short time in the 80s, and he played the guitar, but he did play it like a piano like the other two. He had a few good songs, but this one is just a classic in my opinion. It was co-written by John Hyatt, and the singer had nothing to do with it, but it'll go down as his most recognizable song. If you've ever seen the original of the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, then you've heard this song. That movie is the last I've heard of this song, and it's a crime because it's a beautiful ballad. Even though it's a ballad, it also made it to number 24 on the rock charts. The song is Angel Eyes by the Jeff Healey Band from 1989.
Girl, you're looking fine tonight, and every guy has got you in decide what you're doing with a clown like me is surely one of life's little mysteries. So tonight I'll light the stars above. How did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way?
All right, so I'm probably cheating on this one. It came in at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did drop off to number 100 on the year-end charts. The reason why I say that I'm probably cheating is because this song has been in heavy rotation throughout its existence since it's been released in 1985. Or at least I think it has been. It's a song that I absolutely love and always have, and you can't stop me from putting it in a video. The entire song is an earworm from the bass right up to the harmonies. The funny thing is that this band didn't even think that it was a good enough song for their album World Machine because it had a more commercial sound unlike their jazzy predecessors. I can't believe it because I think this is a great song. You'll definitely recognize this song from the opening synth and bass. The bass player, Mark King, was so good that his right thumb was insured by Polydor Records for about $1.3 million in 1985, which is equivalent to about $3.8 million today. Just his thumb. Yes, you heard that right. Just his thumb. Sorry I cheated a bit, but I just didn't think that I'd ever use this song in a video otherwise, and I had to do it. The song is Something About You by Level 42 from 1985.
How can it be that a love carved out of caring, fashioned by fate, suffers so hard from the games played once too often, but making mistakes is a part of life's imperfections. Born of the years, is it so wrong to be human after all? Drawn into the stream of undefined illusion, those diamond dreams, they can't disguise the truth that there is something about you, baby, so right. I wouldn't be without you, baby, tonight.
Alright, so back to what I think is a really forgotten song from the 80s. I'm willing to bet that a lot of you don't remember this song, even though it was by a pretty popular R&B group that had a very familiar face in Luther Vandross. This song didn't even chart on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did make it to number 17 in the UK. It was released towards the end of their run after having some success with a couple of songs that I think are pretty well known, but that's because I have Luther Vandross songs in my playlist. The other songs are The Glow of Love and Searching from their debut album The Glow of Love from 1980. Vandross left the group in 1981 pursuing his own solo career after he had contractual disputes and wasn't able to sing lead vocals on their second album, Miracles. The song is Change of Heart by Change from 1984.
I have opened up my eyes. Now I can see clearly. You told me there's no other God who would be as good to me. I fell in love and didn't stop to think what you were doing. But now I know I don't need you at all. You're no good for me. I've changed my mind. I'm taking back my love. Take back all my love. I've had a change of heart. Give me back all my love. I've had a change of heart.
This is also kind of a weird entry for this list because it hit number 3 on the Hot 100 and slid to number 54, but it's not a song you hear much about today. So what's a song that made it to number 3 doing on here? For contrast, I thought about putting the song Send Me an Angel by Real Life on this list, and it came in at number 29 in 1983 and number 26 when it was reissued in 1989. But Send Me an Angel has been used over and over since then everywhere, or at least it feels that way to me. This song doesn't seem to have saturated the landscape like Send Me an Angel has. You can all let me know in the comments how you feel about that, because I had someone I know tell me the exact opposite, and that the song I'm featuring here is more used. It's an unconventional pop song that was co-written by Broadway legend Tim Rice for a musical about playing chess in Thailand called Chess, about 2 chess players fighting for the love of a woman. Some interpret it as portraying Cold War tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, and also have surmised that it's loosely based on American world-class chess player Bobby Fischer and his Russian counterparts Viktor Korchnoi and Anatoly Karpov. The song is One Night in Bangkok by Murray Head from 1984.
Bangkok, oriental setting, and the city don't know what the city is getting. The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Yul Brynner. Time flies, doesn't seem a minute since the Tyrolean Spa had the chess bars in it. All change, don't you know that when you play at this level, there's no ordinary venue? It's Iceland, or the Philippines, or Hastings, or this place.
One night in Bangkok in the world's your oyster. The bars are temples, but the pulse ain't free. You'll find a god in every golden oyster, and if you're lucky, then the god's a she. I can feel an angel sliding up to me.
One town's very like another one.
The final forgotten song of the 80s in this video didn't even chart in the US on the Hot 100 when it was first released in 1982. It was number 45 on the US Dance Club Songs chart and number 31 on the US Mainstream Rock chart, but I don't think it was too popular in the US. It wasn't then, and it's even less so now. The song was written about unemployment and the lack of financial opportunity in the town of Woking in Surrey, England, although the name of the town was changed for the purposes of the right sound and meaning. Go figure with the song. There's a poignant lyric in the song that portrays the unemployment with a whole street's belief in Sunday's roast beef gets dashed against the co-op to either cut down on beer or the kids' new gear. It's a big decision in a town called Malice. The song is Town Called Malice by The Jam from 1982.
Struggle after struggle, year after year. The atmosphere's a fight, but nobody's almost unconvinced. Town called Malice. Ooh, yeah. No trees spilling in Sunday's roast beef. Gets dashed against the co-op. So wanna cut down beer or the kids' new gear. It's a big decision in a town called Malice. Ooh, yeah.
Alright, so there was another song that I had in mind for this video called Born to Be Alive that I thought was from the 80s, but then I checked the date and it was actually released in 1978, so obviously I couldn't use it. Maybe I'll start a Forgotten Songs of the 70s video series. If you have any songs you want to hear in the next Forgotten Songs of the 80s video, then let me know down below, and you'll probably hear it in the next video. If not, I guess I'll just find them myself. It's kind of like going into a restaurant and a waiter is telling you to go get your own food. But at least I'm still cooking it for you. Alright, so I'll see you next week with a new video.